and you check and you say, no, I only find 15, then both of you will have to check it. If there's a disturbance, then I am the person that is going to go in there and say, okay, no, well, all right, this is not 15, this is not 17, this is 16.
So you come in when it is more technical?
Right, because if there's a problem, I need to go in there.
Okay.
All right, and next point about it now. You can come in and check off with your friend and tell me that, okay, you got 35 QRM. Remember, I am checking the book on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. So if I say we're 35 QRM, that's impossible. Knowing the average movements of the stock, I can almost estimate how much I will sell minimum.
Based on weeks and
Right.
and stuff, so you kind of understand the traffic.
Right. I can know how far down it will go. Right. Cannot know how far it will go when it rises.
Yeah.
So all I do is just check my book, I look at it and say, okay, fine. I take up both books, go down in the bar and say, okay, both of you come here. Or if the one that is working now is only there, I say, okay, come. You receive that amount? She say, yes. I say, okay, come, both of us check it.
Yeah.
I say, okay, sign for this in my book, because you say you receive it and that me not see it.
Yeah. So you're saying that they cannot cheat because if they're down there checking themselves, because presently they're down there checking, right? Without you, so
Right.
they understand the stock taking. The one that's coming up, the one that's going on. So basically, they cannot cheat. There's no way they can cheat.
Yeah, they can cheat if they're foolish enough. Because, okay, would you sign for
Something that
something that you don't get?
Right.
Then you would be a damn ass. And then right away, you should not be working in a bar.
Right.
You should be doing some domestic work where you'd have a problem.
So the first thing is, both bartenders show up on the day of stock taking, right?
Yeah.
Both of them do their stock taking, and what is remain, and whosoever is coming on, that's what they get.
Right.
So the next thing is, after both of them finish, what do? You said something about corresponding.
Yeah, they correspond, meaning that each bartender has their book.
Oh, so both of them.
And say they go through and they say, okay, down the line.
Hold on.
Supplicant.
So you're saying that bartender 1, bartender 2, both books. So they are doing their own thing.
Right.
So it's not like they're sitting down and say, okay, see 3, they write 3, see 2, they write 2.
Right.
So it's corresponding, meaning me have my book, you have your book, and both of them say, all right, okay, may I have 10, okay, may I have 3, may I have that, and going down the line.
Right.
So wherever the problem is, wherever the discrepancy is, that's where they look back. Or if it gets too technical, you comes in.
Right.
So after that is done and they're balanced and stuff, they do what? Come up to you?
Yeah, and then I'll be there. I'm going to come down there and collect the books.
And the reason why we're up here, people, Kiddy is a general in this, right? So Kiddy doesn't fit down this, I watch them. Him up and place comfortable, cool, and easy himself because he knows say everything will come up correct. And if anything wrong, he know what for do. So he need to there down this. See? So yes, so them come up to you now and you balance off stuff.
Yeah. And if, for instance, I say bartender A is short, that's the one that is coming off.
What happened to that?
All right. Now, this is a good part about it. Because I teach bartender A and B how to shake a stock. They can sit down in front of me and check their own books. So if they
Somebody short, what you do?
I just tell them short, and then I give them the book for check it themselves, because basically they know what to do. As I said,
and if it end up being short still.
If it end up being short, then we will have to sit down and discuss 2 things. Why the reason why you're short? If you don't know,
try remember.
if you don't know, I can't know, because I am not the one that is inside there selling. Right? That is the first thing. Secondly, right? If you short and you feel like you make a mistake, right, and say the worker that is coming on now, we find out like 3 hours after, right, that we've confirmed now 3 hours after that you're short. I say, okay, fine, this is where the problem comes in. Right? What do I do now? Do I draw everything?
Or do you take it in parts?
Or do I listen to what she's saying and accept what she's saying and see how best we can work it out?
What would have been your best strategy?
Not to take all the salary, because if you take all the
That's
salary,
a problem, right? That's
they put it this way: if you don't have a dollar to go home to, you're too little quick to them now. And the little man where you have, yeah, they can't find him. You only come at the yard one time, because that is standard thing in Jamaica. You only come at the yard one time and look so.
considerate too.
Right.
Especially if your bartender is working for you a long time and stuff, and you understand
Right.
it's a simply, mistake and stuff. And then we're going to touch on the topic of when
Well,
it's
I know we
over.
don't finish about
Okay.
we don't
Okay,
finish about
continue.
the shot yet. Then when I check bartender B that is working now, when she's coming off and I check her stock, if for instance bartender A stock is short of $2,000 or $3,000, and bartender B stock is over by $2,000 or $3,000, I cancel it out.
Oh, okay, because something did go wrong. So
Right? Maybe who no make a mistake behind the counter where me never see.
Right. Okay.
So I think it is fair enough to just cancel it out.
Cancel it out. And then, what if bartender that is leaving is
Over.
over, bartender, and there's no other discrepancy, whatever it is.
Yeah,
over,
well-
say them over by say, $5,000.
All right. I
Who
wait
ready with that?
No, I wait until bartender B is checking her, because it's the same thing, vice
No, man.
versa.
So everything done and it's still over.
No, it can't done.
Can't over?
No,
man.
no,
You
it
have
can't
cases-
over,
you
but
have
I'm
cases
saying to
where,
you-
know, people might leave tip and she forget to like take it back and
Yeah,
put it there.
what I'm saying to you is not that you don't give bartender A or bartender B, whatever, it's over. I'm just explaining to you that, okay, if I work this week and you are work next week, I am over, right? Then before I decide who is going to get this money, I have to check off with the one that is coming on next week.
Right.
So if that one shot, let me take that. I will take out X amount out of that, put on that, and me balance my stock.
Okay.
Then the next thing we're going to do is sit down and discuss it. Right?
Okay. So you're
Because
saying that if one is, so you keep back the overs, should in case anybody short at
Right.
any point.
right.
Okay.
So
So
I
if
say,
$5,000
okay.
is over this week, next week come, only for $2,000. You just use back that for balance. You're not
Yeah,
charge
because
them- you're not
it's
charge
going to
them
work
same
out
way.
for both of them same way, you know. Because it don't mean say if you over and
Because
she
some
shot,
bartender will say me over, me never visit you next week.
no, you know work saying no my bad.
More my tip
No.
for my overs.
No, but if you're working in a bar and you're working towards tip, then you don't need a bar. You need to go to some waitress work.
Oh, okay. True.
Said, the truth.
Yeah. That's a fact.
But if you're working in a bar and you're working with a co-worker, and both of you have understanding. So by the time when you make mistake, you know.
So you keep that overs for cushion. for
Right, so
later
down the
thing,
line,
yeah.
me look and say, hey, you remember say, you did over that.
So just
So
switch
this
those.
this now,
But here what you don't want to do. You don't want here say next week she go deliberately short because you want to take back some of the money.
you can know, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, let me tell you how you can know. If you look on her and tell her say she over 2,500 and next week she shot 2,200, you know, definitely say you
want to pick
no,
up.
I know that. You know, I look on her and tell her say she a thief, you know, but you just look on her and say, it's alright, you're going like you're smart. Now worry yourself, man. Said,
Kind of would be, you know.
but that put you in a position where you need to call both of them and say, well, all right, listen now. The same time you shot to come out of your pay.
Yeah, man.
It's when
Since
time you're
you want
over,
to play,
you will
can't
get
me.
it. Nobody with it. Nobody ramp with me. Or you call them and you put them together and say, listen, you did shot that and you did over that way there. So here want me, I look back your money. All right, no problem. Anytime you shot, you come out of your pocket.
Okay.